Hey guys, today's Wednesday, June the 14th of 2023, and I want to go over the dollar, energy, and metals. Without any further delay, let's get into it. I want to say that this weekend that passed, I was out in Burlington, Vermont. I think that's Bernie Sanders' state. I was doing a gig over there. It was pretty good. Had some good times, and I eventually couldn't post my weekly update on natural gas. So please forgive me. I'll see if I try to work on it on some time, during the day or this week, so you can kind of get a glimpse on what's going on. I know some people really love the calendar, so I need to update that. I haven't had a chance, so I just want to give you a heads up on why I didn't get to do that this weekend. So let's get into crude. Crude still, you know, squeeze play. Looks like the pressure is to the downside. Instagram is putting more pressure, but we're holding, however, the 50%. So people are buying it. Once we crack that and crack 63, then it's going to really push. And in the daily, you can see the path of least resistance is to the downside. Squeeze play also on the daily time frame. So keep an eye on the 50 and keep an eye on these pivots. Once you get a close below there, they could either snap it back up or the pressure is going to get stronger to the downside. Same thing with RBOB. It's in chop fest, and the squeeze play looks like the pressure is to the downside. And on the daily time frame, it hasn't triggered short yet. But if it pushes lower, I bet you the closest target would be 225 for now. And you got PPS sell signals on both. Natural gas getting some Momo, which is nice. June the 12th, or between June 6th, June 12th, weekly cycle bottom out. So we want to see if price action just step, going higher, higher highs, higher lows. That hasn't played out yet, but we waiting to see. We need to clear out some pivots. 302, 268, even what is this right here? 252. So there's a few pivots we got to clear out in order to start seeing this, higher highs and higher lows stepping. The good thing is we got a PPS buy signal. Histograms are yellow, so that's good. We're above the mobile band. We broke through at 232, so that's good. Price action, we just got to close up there. It can be just a little, dead cat bounce and slam back down. We need to have a close above 232 in order to get some Momo to test 238 and also 252. Heating oil, trying to get, some life here is just kind of chop fest. I wouldn't. If I was to trade heating oil, I will wait to get a close above 244. If not, you're going to be in this little chop suey, chicken wooey side price action. Was that a word? I don't even know. I just made it up. Metals. I don't know. Allergies are messing me up here. They're close to my entry level, 1960. I'm watching this trend line. I want to get a pop, and close above there. I was waiting at least. I had a target of 2,000, but they're playing around with where I'm at right now. So I got to stop below. I have it at 1945 around here because I don't want to risk too much if they're going to really slam it down. But let's see how this day goes. But I'm waiting for this to climb up and continue going higher. The dollar's getting weaker, and I'm going to show you. Silver, same thing, having a tough time with this trend line. And you got a PPS sell signal. You got a PPS sell signal on both. And on the daily, there's a squeeze play, but it's in reverse. It wants to go higher. Same thing here with silver. But we haven't closed below 2367, which is good. Just kind of chopping around there in the daily. A little weak on the weekly. Same thing with gold. Excuse me. Copper is waking up. I'm watching copper to see if we could, so far it's had a close above 378, and it's just kind of going sideways here. And it's in a squeeze play on the weekly. I want to see if we could still close at above 382 this week. Maybe, it's kind of tricky. You got a trend line here. It's kind of narrowing in. It's where is it going to pop? What, to go back to 407, 408, and then just go back down? I thought about it, and it's just kind of risky. I'm waiting for maybe a bigger breakout, maybe above 407, maybe even 435. But not be, in this zone right here where it's just not doing anything. So I'm just gonna be on the sideline on that. Palladium waking up here also, but not really getting some momo to the upside. We haven't even broken above 1403, just kind of going sideways there. So it's on my radar. Let's look at platinum real quick. PL. And platinum, for some reason, is like really weak. It's just pushing even lower. There's this trend line I've been watching, and now I want to see if it's going to test it from below and close above it to see if it wants to push higher. But if it can't close from below, then, it could be a nice little short, once you take out that candle low for a target of 905 if it's going to push lower. But you can see it right here. It's testing that trend line. So I want to see what's going to happen today, and especially this week. Where are we going to close? Below it or above it? Let's go to the dollar real quick. As you can see, as I was predicting, from all the way over here, I think it's going to stall here. And so far, it's stalled here from the Gann fans. It found life here at the 50, which normally does. It always bounces off the 50. But then, now it's failing, and these are closes, and it's a trend. The Hikanashi with the Mobos is giving us, where to go short. And I was expecting gold to start moving higher, but it hasn't done that. So it's interesting, the dynamic right now where gold and the dollar are kind of going lower at the same time. So if it's going to go short, then I'm expecting at least to go at least to 102.86. So if you're short, if you want to target, this is a good target, the 75% or this angle, but I'm sure it's probably going to go to 75% in regards to the dollar. Let's go real quick. Look at natural gas. As you can see, what's today? Wednesday. So yeah, Monday, Tuesday, the bulls had it. So they're moving. That was what, the 12th weekly cycle bottomed right here. And I just want to say, this is not guaranteed. This is not promise. It's not like, you pick that date and then things start going up. It just happened that it's moving higher. But normally it could continue going sideways while the weekly cycles are going up, and even do a capitulation and then bounce right back up, or not do anything at all, just ignore it. It's not promised or guaranteed, but it's something, I use in my analysis to at least have an edge. And, you believe in cycles, that things repeat. So that's why you always have to keep watching it and monitoring it. So far we're penetrating the support resistance zone. So it's looking good. Once we break out of there, that's the target, 268. And then obviously the 302 up here. Let's go into right here. Everything's looking good. The market sentiment's at 30, so it's growing, so that's good. MACD's positive. The weekly's positive. MACD and the monthly, we just got to wait for July to kick in. That way we can see that that's positioned well. And we already hit our point of control, which is 238. So that's the midpoint in the weekly. And on the daily, it was 218, and we've been above that, so that's good. Value area high will be 239, which is very close to the midpoint. So it could either stall right here. You also got the 100, this line coming down right here. That's the 100 SMA. So it's going to be a little battle here. But the thing is that we're in the cloud. So prices get a little wonky and wild, and the volatility increases. We're above this. Target will be this 50%, which is 248. If we could grind higher to there. And even the top of the linear regression channel, I could see it probably stalling here and then, going back down and doing the, stair stepping, going up and up, making higher highs and higher lows. I'm at 9 minutes. All right, so we're at what, 235? We're around 237, so that's good. We're above the midpoint on the monthly, so that's good. As long as we could close there. And the most important thing is the weekly close. Where do we close this week? Is it above 235? Then that's going to be good, because that gives us chances to test higher pivots, 247 and the 268. And we got to deal with this trend line, which you see from right here, from these important swing pivots. We got to test this trend line, and if we could break above it, obviously these are the targets right here. You can see that we already hit a high here, targets to the upside for this week, 243 and 248. If you're scalping, 248 is your target. Lock in profits and be happy. In regards to the daily for today, since path of least resistance is up, 239 to 242 up here, especially if you're scalping. This is a bigger time frame, but 242, 238, and we're above the midpoint on the daily and the weekly. So that's green, green, gray, because we're just oscillating back and forth. And on the yearly, we're negative because it's way up there above us on the north side. If it's a head fake to slam us down, targets is 232, 228, 225, and 223 for the downside. And obviously for the weekly, 227 if there's going to be a head fake down. But I'm positive that it's going to start grinding higher. The weekly cycles are up. And what's the last thing? Square of 9. I'm already out of time. I don't think we're on 237 right here. So 238, and very important, 199, February low, and 240, 241. So I think this is probably going to be reasonable for this week if we could just grind. If the gods are good, gives us gifts and from the heavens above, 249 to 257. But I think, from here, I think this will be the range for this week. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video. And I'll try to work on, if I can this week, if I have some time, to update my weekly post, what I do on Saturday with the calendar and the statistics and my mind map and all that stuff. Have great trading. Love you guys. And I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, the metals, and the energy sector.